Hello, Void. Checking in at close to the 5 hour mark now since we've got two movies in. This is number two. I was actually intending to be Don't Breathe, but that movie seems to have disappeared from streaming all of a sudden. I was pretty sure it was on Tubi like 2 or 3 days ago. It's gone now. So I had to call an audible and pull up something else. Queued up HBO Max, and the first thing I was greeted with, advertisement for Barbarian. Barbarian wasn't there 2 days ago, and it's a movie that I did want to see, so replacement found. And yeah, this one's pretty wild. Barbarian begins with a woman going to an Airbnb in the pouring rain. The key's not there, and she can't get a hold of the realtor. And turns out someone else is already staying there. They both have confirmed that, well, they're both booked to stay there. So he lets her in while they figure this out, and things get wild from there. First, it seems to be like a basic thriller of is one of them trustworthy or not, but things start going off the walls when it begins showing that there's more going on, particularly what's in the basement. And this movie is best to go in cold for. I really didn't have... I'd seen a review of it that was very spoiler-free before. And I'm going to kind of keep it that way because this one's best to kind of go into cold for. And yeah, it worked pretty well for me. The camera work and cinematography are very well done in this one. Acting is great, and the gore effects are definitely up there. It's definitely gets a little brutal when it wants to be, and has a lot of disturbing implications. I will say I was expecting them to show more of those disturbing aspects, but they kind of leave it to the imagination and more of implying some very bad things. And overall, I'm okay with that. I will say it does take an odd turn because one character does... You're kind of built up to dislike right away, and they try to get... and it's rare to see a character flub a redemption arc. Like, they do like, they're trying to make him obviously go on this thing to try to redeem himself, but then hard turns so far the other way that it was... You don't see that very often. So I can appreciate that in this case. Overall, I did really enjoy Barbarian. This one just came out, I think, earlier this year, so I think it's a 2022 release. I think it's even still showing in some theaters, but just hit HBO Max. Soundtrack also was spot on. Overall, the cinematography is really what sets this one apart from others like it, because while this one does get wild, I can't pretend this is completely original. There's plenty of movies in this genre, and I will say it does do kind of a genre turn towards a different type of horror genre pretty quick, but it does it very well. Wes Craven would be proud. Give this one a good 7 MacGuffins. It was definitely enjoyable. It's not breaking any completely new ground, but what it does very well, and I really did enjoy Barbarian. I highly recommend giving it a shot. Again, trying to keep these a little short to minimize my downtime, but this is movie 2 of my 24-hour binge. Barbarian, definitely recommend it. So, yeah, it's does what it does very well, very effectively. And I'll see you guys in a couple hours.